Your name is your karma, is part of your karma, because you chose your name through your parents, because they were the closest link to you coming to this life. So you chose your date of birth, you chose the place, you chose the siblings, you chose... your soul chose everything. The life path determines the major lesson. Your life path is the major lesson you are here to learn. So some learn, others fail to learn.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Art of Being, a sacred space where we dive into spirituality, healing, manifestation, and all the magic of becoming.
We explore what it means to truly live, to grow, to heal, and to be in this ever-evolving dance between our humanness and our higher selves.
I am Bamzi, a mindset and manifestation coach.
And I'm Joy, a wellness coach. We're so glad you're here. Take a deep breath, settle in, and let's journey together.
Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to the Art of Being podcast. Today, we're talking about all things numerology, and I do know quite a bit about numbers and what they mean, but today I'm talking to a professional numerologist who's been doing it for 15 years. He works with clients, helping them read and understand what their birthday and what their names mean, and sometimes he also does like name correction, because in numerology, like, you can't change your birthday, right? Your birthday, you were born on a certain day, but you can change your name, and when you change your name, it changes your vibration, because each letter in your name is represented by a number. And so that's what we're talking about today. And you will notice that we get technical very quickly, because I think we both get so excited and just dive into names and dive into, the name vibrations and the letters and the numbers and all of that. So if you can bear with us and just go into the conversation with an open heart and open mind, as you listen to the conversation, as we talk through these numbers, you will start to understand what they mean, because he does go through the core profile. Once you understand, maybe you can come back to the beginning of the conversation and maybe re-listen so that you can understand better, so that you can take some of what he says and use it in your own life to examine your birthday and examine like the numbers in your birthday and what do they mean, what does your name mean, what are these numbers representing, like what is your vibration, right? And some of the things that he also talks about are the cycles, right? And so for me, cycles have been so important in my own life, but it's only when I started to understand that there are actually cycles in numerology that I started to work with the energy. And when I look back, several years back, I'm like, oh my gosh, this energy was already operating in my life. I just did not know. And I resisted so much what was happening, and I suffered because of that. But once you understand these cycles, you can work with the energy. Like if it's a cycle of reclusion where the energy that's operating in your life is that energy that's calling you to go inwards, you can, take a step back. Instead of just being out there, you can take a step back and be like, okay, I need to go inward. I need to be reclusive, because that is the energy that's happening. So I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And if you're watching on YouTube, you will notice that in the beginning, it's only Syokxx that's on camera. And that's because the second camera that was focusing on both of us failed. So for a solid hour, you will notice that I'm just behind the scenes, but you can hear my voice because, of course, we're having a conversation. And then I think at the top of the hour, I come in because we were able to fix the wide angle camera and you can see both of us. But so bear with us. And at some point, we also had a technical difficulty where we lost about 2 to 3 minutes of video. So you can hear, but you can't see for about 3 minutes. So please bear with us. The most important thing is that you can hear what we're saying, right? So be patient, listen with an open heart and open mind, and I hope you enjoyed this conversation. And if you do enjoy it, rate us on Apple and Spotify if that's where you're listening. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And if you want to get in touch with Syokxx, I have put his details in the description. If you want a reading, please get in touch with him. And without further ado, here is my conversation with Syokxx. Welcome to the Art of Being, Syokxx.
Thank you
It's
so
so
much.
amazing to have you here with me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm very fine.
Yeah.
I give thanks. I have full gratitude because of life today. And I really give thanks for you inviting me to this podcast, and blessings also to your audience. And yes, let us know more today.
So I watched you in one of my friends' podcasts, and that's how I came to know of you. And when I had a conversation with her, she was like, yeah, you should have him and to talk about numerology, because when I was with her, we actually started talking about the numbers. We're talking about like which energies we're missing, and whatever energy that she was missing, I have that, and whatever energy that I'm missing, she has that. So, and she was like, it might be a good idea to talk to him, because I think she said you helped her, just figure out like how to do some correction. And I think you helped her correct her name, if I understand correctly.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So that's something you do, like help people change their names.
Yes, correct their names. And that's, your name is your karma, is part of your karma, because you chose your name through your parents, because they were the closest link to you coming to this life. So you chose your date of birth, you chose the place, you chose the siblings, you chose, your soul chose everything for the sole purpose of its evolution. And so you can't choose a name which is teaching you something, but at the same time antagonizing you. The name is part of your something the deeds you did in a past life or did not do. And so the name is part of the whole, what teaches you. But sometimes you might find that the teaching has now become antagonistic unto you. And until such a time when you do something good and you've paid your karma, is now when you may meet a numerologist who may help you correct that.
Right. Because it's like it comes at the right time when you need to change it, right? Because before that, like you need to go through that karma.
Yes.
And I feel like that's definitely something that a lot of people struggle to understand, the fact that you actually chose this, your soul, like not you, human you, because people think from the human perspective, feeling like, I couldn't have chosen this, I couldn't have chosen all these lessons. But it's your higher self, your soul, right?
Yes.
Because it's hard for us to put ourselves in the soul perspective and understand that the soul's goal is evolution.
Yes.
So whatever the soul needs to evolve, that's what it's gonna do, right?
Yes.
So like choosing a name that's gonna give you whatever karmic lessons that you need to go through. And I'm glad that we started talking about that. I don't know if you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was saying that even if I approached you and told you that your name is not good, it's antagonistic against you, and your soul has not chosen the time for its correction,
right,
you will disregard my advice.
Right. Yeah.
My advice will not be welcome to you. The understanding of a man is in accordance with their capacity to understand. You cannot understand past your capacity to understand.
Yeah. Can I tell you something? So when I was in high school, somebody gave me I go by Bamzi, right?
Yeah.
But it's not my government name. It's not in the documents, but that's what everybody knows me by. All the colleges that I've gone through, work, that is what people know me as Bamzi, right? But I actually got that name when I was in high school. And it was this guy that started jokingly calling me Bamzi. And it kind of stuck. So I had to go, I was just like, okay, I kind of like this. So I took it upon to take that name. And then I just adopted it and I started using it in my email. And that's what I go by. And guess what? Recently, when I was calculating like the numerology of Bamzi, I realized that Bamzi actually the what you would call, that comes from the consonants. That's the personality number,
Yes.
which we'll get into, because I think sometimes I'm getting technical here, but we're going to get into like what all that means. The personality of Bamzi is actually a 5, same as the personality of my first name.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, I found that very interesting.
Yeah.
Like they have the same energy, like personality-wise. So I was like, oh, that is so interesting. It's not something that I knew before, but yeah.
Yeah, and it's also I think in Kali, you know the name you go by.
Mm-hmm.
The name you go by currently
Mm-hmm.
in Chaldean, it's the name which holds the highest frequency.
Because
Then-
that's what you're responding to.
Yes, that's
on
what
a
you're
day-to-day
responding
basis. Like you're embodying that energy, right?
Yeah. In Pythagorean, the name you were given at birth,
The government name.
even if it changed a while later, that's called the destiny. Now the expression.
Right.
Now that expression remains true till death. Now you may adopt new names in accordance with maybe marriage, or maybe going to the registrar and swearing an affidavit, get a new name. But that name holds true in other, like for example, when I'm doing some calculations called the essence, there's a calculation in numerology, in Pythagorean numerology, called the essence. The essence gives transits. The transits are your physical, emotional, and spiritual dimensions which you are going through at a particular year. And they come from your name, from your year of birth till the present year. So it is the name, the government name, the one in the birth certificate which you use to calculate that. So you will realize that even through the changes of many names, the frequency of the name at birth is now changing.
Right. And I think it's what we were saying earlier. It's because it's your karmic lessons, right? The lessons that you need to learn, right? Isn't that the case? That is why, like, you still need to use that government name?
Yeah, what I'm saying is that even if you do not use that name, there are key principles. That's the reason in some other quarters it's called the destiny number, because it points towards your destiny. It's the name you came to. You reincarnated into this realm. The name was carrying the properties of your natural abilities.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, and I've realized it's quite a powerful name, because I've even used it, and I was telling your friend the same. Like, I've used that birth certificate name to solve a crisis on someone who doesn't really. They are saying, there's no one in my family who's sure if I was born in 89, 1990, or 1991.
Right.
So then we use the name to calculate the essence. So we first begin with the 89.
Okay.
We calculate, and then we start at the present year. We want to, because you are keying the 3 names in 3 columns. So up to the year, from the year of birth to the present. So the present year, you look at the numbers, which are the numbers where the numbers meet. Those are called the transits. So, for example, if there is an A in the transits, for example, an A was last year or 2 years ago, you'll ask, because A is about maybe changes. A is 1, change in residence, in work situation. There comes a major change in life. So you'll ask, did you go through a major change in this particular time? Either of residence or work situation. So, no. So you mark those indications.
Right.
So at the time when she says, okay, we do now 89, we do 1990, we do 1991. And there's a particular year where you will ask the 3 transits, the 3 letters, and they'll fit like a glove. And then now we decided, okay,
This is
now
the year
this
you
is
were
the
born.
year you were born.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Actually, I really want to talk about transit and changes in cycles, because I feel like that's something we're missing as a collective. Like, a lot of people, I feel like if you understood like what cycles you're going through, what personal years and all of that, I feel like it's not like it's going to take you out of it, but it's going to make you understand like, okay, this is the energy that I'm working with, and therefore stop resisting or stop trying to get out of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's something that I've recently started to use in terms of like, okay, what energy I'm going through. And before we get into the cycles, I actually want to bring it back, because I feel like we got so technical so fast. Because we were so excited. So now I'm going to bring it back so that you can help understand, first of all, like, what is numerology and how can people use it? Or like, how do you use it and what is it? What is it for?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So numerology is a study of the spiritual significance of numbers, the esoteric wisdom of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And numerology is an art of divination. Just like there's other arts of divination, there's palmistry, there's graphology, which deals with your handwriting and your personality. There is, which other form of there's astrology, there's the face reading, there's the palmistry, which deals with the lines
Mm-hmm.
of your hand
Mm-hmm.
and the changes you go through
Mm-hmm.
in accordance with your body chemistry will form the lines
Mm-hmm.
in accordance with your experiences and later experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And if you change your attitude, some of the lines
Mm-hmm.
will change too.
Mm-hmm.
So now numerology is now your life divined in accordance with your dates and name of birth.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike astrology, which is your
Your date of birth
date
and
of
time
birth
of birth.
and time and place.
Mm-hmm.
Now numerology is your date of birth and the name
Mm-hmm.
given at birth.
Mm-hmm.
So numerology is quite important in determining one's focus on life, as well as the cycles of life
Mm-hmm.
and the day-to-day purpose of life.
Mm-hmm.
It can pinpoint to best times to
Mm-hmm.
marry, to move,
Mm-hmm.
to have children,
Mm-hmm.
to create a business.
Mm-hmm.
And basically people are always vibrating in accordance with the numerology. It's only now the awareness is not, like for example, when you go to personal years, you will realize that people are always vibrating in accordance
Absolutely.
with
I
their
have
years.
examples from my
Like
own
if
life.
it's a year 7, you'll find a person naturally wanting to go to hikes, go to camps, go to seclusions, prayer centers, fasting, and nobody told them about numerology. But that holds true. Now, the thing is, if you had awareness prior, then you might find yourself more attuned to the times.
Yeah.
Rather than, because at first, I've just given the example of the cycle of year 7. So when you are in your year 7, the times demand that you focus on spirituality. So someone may start by forcing themselves into business until almost mid-year when they realize business is not working.
That is me. It's not. I'll give examples of like.
So if they had known prior,
Yeah.
then they would know better not to force
Absolutely.
and just go with the rhythm from the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. I really, really love what you just said, because my year 7 is when I went through the dark night of the soul. Like, is when I was in the depths of, like, seclusion. I was in the depths of, like, so much shedding, so much pain. And I didn't know at the time. And I was resisting so much, because my ego was dying, and I was, like, in so much resistance, right? Not knowing that naturally needed to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, why is the external not happening for me, right? Not understanding that now is the time to go inward and go internal, right? And so when I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, if I had known that this is a season of, like, spirituality, and I mean the year 7, my personal year 7, it's not like it would have helped me take me out of the pain, but it would have helped me be like, okay, this is the energy that's needed right now, and this is what I need to do. It would have helped me, like, reduce the resistance.
Yes.
And, like, even if I was going through pain, it's like, okay, like, I embrace the pain, and I'm like, okay, this is just like a season that I'm passing through.
You go through the pain rather than go through suffering.
Right. I was suffering, absolutely.
You'd rather go through pain, because now pain will teach. Now, suffering is now pain held beyond necessary.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason now it becomes a dark night of the soul. It doesn't really need to.
It's resistance.
It becomes a dark night because now you are resisting.
Yes.
Now it has to become the dark night.
I had never looked at it that way. Yeah, for sure. It's like unnecessary suffering.
Yeah.
That you don't really need to suffer, but because you're resisting the pain, of course you're gonna suffer.
Yes.
Right? But yeah, I absolutely love that we always have these numbers, and we're always vibrating, in accordance to these numbers. And I feel like if we understood, I think it would really help us just move with the flow of life.
Yes.
In the seasons of life. So thank you for explaining to us like what numerology is. And so as a professional numerologist, what kind of work do you do with clients? Do you like correct their names? Like beyond correcting their names, what else like are you able to offer them?
Okay, the first thing about numerology is that it helps me to psychologically counsel a person.
Okay, yeah.
I use numerology to heal rather than just it becoming a concept of numbers and letters and mechanical interpretation. I use it to get into the psyche of someone and help them change attitudes in regards to their life, help them know themselves better, and as well as focus on the cycles and make utmost use of the cycles. Now, I also use the same in feng shui. I do feng shui consultations.
Really?
Yeah.
You go to people's houses and help them?
Yeah, whether sometimes physically, sometimes virtually.
Like virtually, okay.
Yeah, so where now I use I practice a kind of feng shui called intuitive feng shui. And I use the numbers to plot, because the map, the feng shui map is called the Bagua map. It's called it's also the Loshu grid. It's also used in numerology. So it's like one intermarrying the two elements to create a holistic healing. Because now we have numerology is focused now on you personally, and feng shui focuses on your space. So it's not also enough to know yourself. You can know yourself, you can correct a name, but if the space isn't also corrected in some way, you're still in some chaos.
Oh, I need a consultation. Immediately I'm like, is my space in chaos? I need to consult you.
Yeah. I do that, and I find numerology convenient in helping. And this, I at first people used to come to me a long time ago. People used to come to me for help, for asking for help one way or another. And I used to talk to them and cancel, but I was always wondering, what is it that pulls people towards me? And then, later I came to understand it's the properties of my name. But now when I came to understand that is now when I ask myself, so when people come to me, how can I make the answers more concrete?
Right.
And then numerology came as an answer.
Yeah.
And then down the line, I was asking, I feel like numerology is not also the ultimate answer. And so feng shui came.
Right. Like you're combining to make it a more integrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that now comes to the details we were talking about, the name given at birth, because your first name is called the growth number. And whether you use it or you don't use it, whether you like it or don't,
that energy is still there, because
that energy is still there, and it's the one you should use to expand the horizons of your consciousness.
Interesting. I do want to get into that. Okay, so let's talk about like the numbers. So like with astrology, like you said, you're working with the birthday, your date of birth, your time of birth. With numerology, you're working with your date of birth, right? So from your birthday, what are the numbers that you get from your birthday, and what do those numbers do or mean for people?
Yeah.
So for example, because I know that you get your life path, right? And then you get your birthday. Is there anything else you get?
Okay, first of all, I deal with two different forms of numerology.
Okay.
And one system, the Pythagorean system, it treats the life path as the most important number.
Right.
Followed by the expression, which is the name number, the full name number, destiny number. Followed by the soul urge, your inner desires from the vowels of your name. And then in that order, followed by the personality from the consonants of your name. And then the birthday. Now that forms the core. The five numbers form the core. But when you come to Chaldean, the birthday, which is called now the psychic number or the driver number, it becomes the principal number of focus.
Right.
Followed by the
life path, right?
Followed by the life path and let's say the life path and the in Chaldean, the life path and the name currently in use make they're like parallel to each other.
After the birthday.
But the birthday gives the principal tone of your life.
Can I ask you, in your own experience?
Yes.
You are studying these systems, you understand Chaldean and you understand Pythagoras, but in your own life, knowing yourself, which would you say, knowing that Chaldean, of course, like prioritizes the birthday, and then Pythagoras is the life path, in your own life, which one do you feel like speaks to you the most? Like which system, but also which number, or like which number?
I feel
in your own personal experience. Yeah.
From my personal experience and having dug deeper into all of them, I'll give them equal merits. They all have their merits. There's something Pythagorean will give you which is absent in Chaldean.
Right.
And there's something in Chaldean which is absent in Pythagorean. And there's also, when you plot the Loshu grid, now the Loshu grid is the map used in feng shui. That's the grid you use to plot the numbers of your birthday. For example, which example should we use?
Like a birthday example?
Like at the, yes, month, date of birth.
We can use, whose birthday do we know? You can use yours if you're comfortable.
No, let's...
Let's use a famous person. Whose famous person do we know? I think Oprah was born in 29th January 1954.
February 29.
No, January 29, 1954, I think.
1954.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes a life path 4.
Yeah, she's a life path 4, yeah.
From a life path 4 from 13.
Mm-hmm. 13-4, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which means she came
Has
with
a
karmic date
a karmic
of 13.
Yeah.
And a 13 karmic date is quite powerful.
Oh,
Very
I
powerful.
have that.
Yeah.
I have 13
because,
for a karmic debt.
Yeah, because if someone really works hard and gets to pay the debt, they then become this powerful person
So I need to
who is
work
a
hard.
healer. And yeah, a birthday 13 is the one birthday which should avoid complaint.
Oh, it's not my birthday, but I have a 13
No,
for.
I mean life path is one which should avoid complaints, looking for shortcuts, and actually be the hardest worker in wherever they find themselves.
Which she is.
Yes.
Super hard work.
And this gives these people a kind of power that they accumulate much in material matters.
And we see that in Oprah.
Yeah.
Right?
And then they become healers
Mm-hmm.
of the society. This is also the same with birthday 13 and also birthday 31. In that they change the society in some way. But now back to the Loshu grid. I wish I had a pen because now
we can do that offline because
Yeah,
it's hard to show people
yeah,
anyway.
we can, yeah. So now you plot the numbers in the Loshu grid as a system, is a square with 9 squares, one square with 9 squares inside. And the first line has 4, 9, and 2. The second line has 3, 5 at the center, and 7. And the last one has 8, 1, and 6. So each of those squares represents something in your life. And any number, you plot your numbers, the numbers you have. And the numbers of the Loshu grid are plotted in such a way that however you look at the lines, whether diagonally, vertically, or horizontally, they form number 15. So now you plot the numbers. You first plot the numbers, your numbers as they are, from the birthday to the from the birthday, the month, and the year. And then you plot, like, for example, Oprah is 29th birthday, right?
Yeah.
So you write 2 at its place and 9 at its place, and then you add the birthday, which is now 29 is 2. So you also plot 2. You also put 2 in its place. And then the life path is 4. So you also write 4. And then there's the Kua number. Kua number is the energy number. It's a Chinese number, which speaks of a certain persona of yours. Now, for women, it's the total of the birth year plus 4. For like Oprah is 1954.
Yeah.
So 1954 is 1, right?
Yeah, because
10,
yeah, it's 1.
15.
It's 1.
19. So it's 1. So 1 plus 4. So our core number is 5. Now for men, it's minus 11. The total minus 11.
Oh, so that's like similar to Feng Shui, right? That's
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very similar. It's actually the same thing.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when you come to feng shui, you are plotting that map to determine spaces, to determine the directions, whether you are using the classical feng shui or you're using the intuitive feng shui.
Yeah.
So now, you will plot those numbers and find your missing number.
Right.
So your missing number has something which you must learn,
Okay.
as well as remedies which you can employ. For example, if you are missing number 9, and a lot of the Gen Zs are missing,
They're missing number 9
because
they were born in the 2000s.
in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So, and when you miss number 9, then you miss an element of humanitarian,
Yes.
a global concern. And this might make sense in how a lot of the crimes where you find there's no humanity, where somebody can just, of course, crime has been there, but you look at the young people, how they can just harm another person without that feeling. 9 gives that humanity. As well.
But then wouldn't the sensitivity of the two
Yes,
counter that?
There's also the sensitivity of the two. And that's why
Right.
you see the Gen Zs across the world, they are moving leaderless. They are moving as a collective because 2 is about relation.
Yeah.
So they kind of relate with each other and somehow move as a collective without necessarily having any of them as a leader of the all. So it might counter that, but now you see 2 is about relation, 9 is about that humanitarian concern. Of course, both have their humanitarian concern.
Yeah, because when I think of 2, I think of it as like, yes, relationships, but also like sensitive. Like there's a sensitivity to it too.
Also, that sensitivity could be the Waterloo because now they become highly emotional.
Yes.
And then that sensitivity could also be their undoing because you can easily be hurt by nonsense or just a simple word can hurt you, which does not necessarily, should not necessarily hurt you.
Yeah.
And then go on making you hurt another person.
Right.
And especially if for example, someone who was born on 2022, you see that person already has
so
3
many
twos.
Yeah.
And then Akuena was born on the 2nd. Now these 2, they make this person very highly emotional.
Yeah.
And then now this 9 you are lacking shows that you must be in good terms with anything, because 9 is mass. You must be, and mass rules military, police, the crown. The crown, or what's naitwaji, makarao na jeshi. So you must be in good terms. Even the guards, you must relate well with the guard. You must honor the authority. Now, if you do not honor authority, then a clash will happen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You see, so any missing number there will, if you're missing, for example, number 8 is Saturn, and it means that you must honor, first of all, you will have a sense of misjudgment in money matters.
Yeah.
Material, where you can be very impulsive in.
Yeah. Actually, let's bring it back, because I feel like we went weird off. So bringing it back to like the system that you relate with the most, you're saying that like for you in your life, you find that there's no one that you're like, okay, this is what I relate to the most. You find that you can get different aspects that help you understand yourself best. Like, for example, like I was asking earlier, do you find that like, with Chaldean, how it prioritizes the birthday, do you find that your birthday number is the most important for you? Like that energy, you feel like that is the one that's helping you be your full self? Or do you find that it's the life path? Right? Because you and I share, we share, we're both life paths 9 and we're also birthday 3.
Yes.
Yeah, so we share that. And so which one do you find that like, or are you able to embrace both and just be like of course, like a complex human being? Or do you feel like your birthday like helps you be who you are?
You see, when I use both, first of all, in Pythagoras numerology, which prioritizes the life path, I'll get to understand that my life path is about humanitarian.
Yes.
Being a global humanitarian, a global humanitarian.
Right.
And a compassionate being.
Yes.
So I will know that anything contrary to humanitarian or contrary to compassion is my undoing.
Right.
Now I'm focusing on the life path. But 9 also comes with a very high sense of creativity. So I will also focus on the creativity I have and sharing, because 9 is about sharing. Whether it's you are sharing a word, you are sharing material, and this having this 9, you will always come across many people seeking help from you. Some you don't even know. Some asking if you even asking in your phone number if you can give them money for food. Some you have never met. And the lesson is to know that you must give without strings attached.
Okay. So you find that like it helps you know that, okay, anything against the principles of sharing and humanitarianism, then that is your undoing.
Yes.
So it helps you understand that you need to embody that.
I need to embody that, and I also need to control my anger, because I know 9 can destroy. Now, when I come to 3,
which is your birthday,
which is my birthday, I know that for a fact 3s are strategists, and they are also teachers. Now, the psychic number will give you your principal elements in your, almost like your body constitution in Ayurvedic terms, will determine diseases you might encounter, nerve diseases, and this is now when you bite more than you can chew. When you are doing a lot, then your nerves will be attacked, and rheumatism might be on your case. Also, your gut. 3 will have gut issues, and so they must avoid acidic foods.
I am a 3, and let me tell you,
they must avoid alcohol.
I used to have acidity reflux, but of course, like I've healed through it. Lately, I don't have that, but acidity reflux used to be so bad for me in high school, right? I think like 2019 is the last time that I suffered like a major acidity reflux attack after I ate like certain foods. But yeah, acidity is like definitely has been an issue of mine, and I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it makes sense that because I'm a birthday 3.
Yes. So you must avoid alcohol.
Right.
Avoid. There are principal things you must avoid. And 3, because it's Jupiter, the teacher of the gurus, then that means you must avoid the company of. You must avoid company of people who will mislead you.
Okay.
If you must be in the company of people low vibrating at the low frequency, then you must be a light unto them. Otherwise, you they will easily turn you into their strategists. And then in that, you'll be now facing a bad karma and moving away from the Jupiter Guru energy. And the 3 will also guide me into the colors I am supposed to wear and the colors I must avoid.
Okay, we must talk offline. Because I haven't gotten to that level. Like, I understand a bit of numerology and
So
whatever, but I didn't know any of the colors.
So you realize now,
yeah.
I cannot choose one system.
Like you using all of them.
I have to use all of them wisely and balance, create a balance in my life, because now when you know your life path 9, you cannot unknow that.
Right.
And when you know you are psychic 3 and there is principle governing your 3, you cannot unknow that.
Yeah. So let's talk about the core profile numbers. And I think earlier we alluded to it, but I want to actually now focus on that. So we have 5 core profile numbers, like we said, in Pythagorean, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same in Chaldean?
No, it's not the same. The Chaldean will focus much. The Chaldean is like the 3 numbers.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's now come back to Pythagoras, because I don't want to make it complicated.
Yes.
Let's keep it Pythagoras today. But by talking about the 5 core profile numbers, so you have your birthday number.
Yes.
Then you have your life path, which comes from the addition of your birthday.
Yes.
Like all the digits from your birthday, right?
And there's a proper way
Yes.
to
add.
calculate your Pythagorean.
Right.
The Chaldean, in Chaldean, they will start with the birthday, the birth month, and the birth year, and they will add from one end to the last. But in Pythagorean, you must use, you will begin with the month.
And then you reduce each to a single digit, right?
You'll begin with the month, come to the date, and then the year.
Right.
The reason is because these 3 columns represent the 3 long-term cycles in your life. So the birth month represents your karma from 0 to around 30 years, depending on your life path. And then from 30s, others is from 24, like life path to...
I actually want to talk about that. I know what you're referring to,
Yes.
and we'll get to that. So then you have your birthday, and then you have your life path, and then you have your expression, which is the destiny number, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you have your personality number, and then you have your soul urge, right?
Yes.
So what would this mean in Pythagoras? Each of this. Let's start with the birthday.
Yes.
From the little that I understand like your date of birth, like all the digits, whatever numbers you have, those tell you about your natural abilities. From like what I understand, I don't know if like you have a different view. And then with your name, I feel like that I don't understand that much. So I want you to take us through like what each of these numbers mean, like in your core profile, like all the 5 numbers: the birthday, the life path, the destiny, soul urge, and then the personality number.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when you add the total and you get the
life path,
the life path determines the major lesson. Your life path is the major lesson you are here to learn. So some learn, others fail to learn. It's the major highway you must take. Let's take the analogy of a highway.
Right.
So the life path is the highway.
This is the road you're supposed to be
Yes,
on in your life.
This is the road you must travel upon.
Right.
Now, when you take the name gives you the full name now, from your first name, second name, and
last name.
The surname. Gives you your natural abilities. It's like we take, upon the highway, we maintain the analogy of the highway. Now the name becomes like the car.
Oh.
Yes.
Interesting.
the name becomes like the car. And then there's the soul urge.
The soul, that your heart desire, what your heart desires.
What your heart desires. This is now from the vowels of your name.
Yes.
Now, from the vowels of your name, we can say the driver. Now we can fix now the birthday, the vowels, and the consonants into either the driver.
Okay.
Your heart desires may be the driver. Does not necessarily mean that you will act on your heart desires. But if you act on your heart desires, for example, if your heart desires are 3, a total to number 3, that is the when you add the vowels of your name, it could mean something so simple as when you are tired of life, when you are pressed by life, just take a guitar or just
your heart desires
dance.
Expression. Right.
You act on your heart desires to ease your life.
Right.
So when you are pressed in life and you have, like, for example, a heart desire, so the heart desire of
4.
number 3 or 4, you must, or 4, if you have a 4 as the heart desire, then you must ensure there is order in your life. If you wake up and your bedroom is messy, your nini is messy, then you will be feeling more confused. But if you start seeking that order and then stability, because when it's 4, it means your heart desires your heart desire is seeking stability. You seek stability in life. And those desires also come with abilities.
Yes.
Meaning that you have an ability, you have an innate ability. It might be present or under the
unrealized.
Yes, unrealized. But it means that you have managerial capabilities
to establish.
You can create order. And then now you come to the personality, which is now from the consonants of your name. This becomes, I don't know if to call it the moon sign. No, I don't. It is how people see you at first sight.
Yes. Yes.
Or how you present
yes.
yourself to others.
I've heard that that is the number that gets you hired, because that's how you come across people when you're talking to, and that's the impression that they get of you. It's your personality.
Yes, the first impression. And it might also be the mask you give out to others.
Yes. Yeah, I can give an example, because using my own life, because I have so my personality number is a 5. But my heart desire number is a 4. So my personality, when people meet me, you know what a 5 represents. People see me as this free bird. They see freedom and they saw this free soul and whatever.
Yes.
But when I'm on my own, in my own personal space, that's not how I feel.
Yeah, the 5 gives 5 personality. When they enter the room, you must recognize that wameingia.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they come with full color. They have.
There's this energy of vibrance.
Yes.
Right.
And sometimes even physically, they sometimes tend to be colorful, dressed in all colors, so that you must. Recognize their present.
Yeah.
And then freedom, that kind of conversation, because 5 is about also communication.
Yes.
That is now, they are easy conversationalists.
Yes, so people always confuse. They always think, if they don't know me well, they always see me as this hippie, free-flowing bird that because of that 5. Especially if they don't know me in real life and they haven't experienced me, that's the energy they get.
Yes.
It's the energy of the 5.
So now, when you come now to the birthday, it is somehow adds a vibration to the birthday, to the life path.
Right.
So it's like all these core numbers, the 5 are what is called the core. So now, the birthday comes like a helper to now the driver. if we maintain the driver as the personality or even the soul urge, it comes and as well as capabilities. Remember, all these core present elements, characters, but also elements of capabilities. And so you might feel the core might come out in such a way and conflict you.
Yes, and I actually wanted to ask you about that because using, and I don't mind airing my numbers here, like there are some people who have, for example, like I have my life path and my destiny number is the same number.
Yes.
Right? But then my soul urge is different and my personality is different, right? So yes, it all, like having all these different energies makes me a complex human being. But I don't know if I have the view of like sometimes if your heart desire and your life path or your birthday, they're kind of aligned, like it's the same energy. I feel like you wouldn't be conflicted as much.
Actually,
I don't know
if
if
they
you
are
agree.
the same, they can also bring a challenge. It's
Because
called
it's
an
too much
aspect.
energy.
Yeah, for example, if you have, for example, 9 in your life
Path and destiny.
and
Both
destiny,
of they're
9,
the same number.
you can come out as, you can be overwhelmed by giving or feel resentful of always being at the beck of others.
Oh my gosh.
That if someone asks you for money, if they ask you to be available, if they ask, and at the end you might feel like it might irritate you. So that means now the answer to that is that you must work towards material independence, so that you must give, because 9 expects you to give. So rather than
you want to
feel,
give, that energy
yes,
is making you want to give.
yes,
Yeah.
and rather than just giving, you must find your you must find you must find your material independence, so that if you are to give, because you cannot give from an empty, you cannot
Right.
pour from
An empty cup.
So you must find your material independence, and you must also learn to separate people who really need you from those who don't really need you.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing you say is that it's actually beneficial for you to have different numbers in your core profile.
Yes.
Rather than like having the same numbers, because it can be an overwhelming energy. The challenge that I've been having, like in examining my own life, which of course I'm new to numerology, like I was saying, is questioning whether like having the same energy, is it beneficial if you have the same numbers that pull you and make this energy stronger, so that like you're pulled towards that direction, or like from what you're saying is like it's important to have this different energy so that it's not overwhelming. And so that's an interesting perspective, because
Depends, because for example, if your heart desire is the same as the life path,
that's what I was thinking.
then it makes it easier for you to arrive at your goals.
That's how I've been feeling, because
easily.
then you feel like the heart and the road, like it's like there's no split energy.
Yeah.
Right?
But also, on another case, that energy could be so concentrated and make you feel overwhelmed. So
there's positives and downsides.
Yeah, there's positive and sometimes you have to subtract, you have to minus the numbers in order to get, like for example, if your life path is say 9 and the expression, the destiny is say 6, you find the 9, the difference between the two, 6 and 3. 6 and 9 gives us 3. So this means now you must, the frequency of 3 says now you must come out, go out, meet people, express yourself. This now will bridge, it's called a bridge number.
And so you said that that is the destiny and life path. Do you do that with any numbers? Or
Yes, you can also do it
with your soul.
With your soul edge and your expression. It will help you bridge those two numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of 9 energy in my profile. So other than the destiny, I know we talked about 5 co-profile, but from reading Pythagoras, I understand that there's something called a maturity number. That
Yes.
it's not, it's there, right?
The maturity number is a very important
Yeah,
number.
so mine is also a 9. So, so I have a lot of 9 energy in my life.
Your maturity, so meaning your expression is 9.
But the destiny number is 9, yeah.
Your destiny number is 9. So that makes your maturity number 9. So number 9 comes to structure. The maturity number comes to structure you at 35 years of age and above. Comes to structure you in adulthood.
I thought it's like over 40.
No,
I heard that it was like after 40.
It's at 35 years of age.
Really?
Some people begin feeling it at 33 years of age, but it kicks in at exactly 35 years of age. Onwards now. Onwards. Some people learn it early enough, grasp the concept, and ride with the rhythm. Others, they are at 50s still struggling to learn the purpose of the maturity number.
Yeah, because I from what I understand is that if you don't have that maturity number in any of your core profile numbers, sometimes, when people have like a midlife crisis, like all of a sudden there's an introduction of this new energy, which is your maturity number, and
Like,
then
example,
you're like, what is happening? And then maybe you were with your partner and they've known you this way, and then because you have this new energy, and then you're suddenly like a new person.
For example, you have 8 as a maturity number. It will tend to come it will tend to force you, and this happens with like the case where there is divorce
Yes.
or separation. So 8 comes about to force you. It says that previously you were provided for and life was just good. Now it's forcing you to focus on material so that you don't find yourself in where you can't handle your bills, because right now nobody is providing as before. So you must step in to know providence.
Right.
You must learn the value of the dollar. You must learn management of money. And you must learn production of money so that you don't find yourself where you where you have people expecting from you. You have children, you have dependents, and you cannot provide for them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So now, actually, earlier you had alluded to personal cycles. I think there was a time you briefly introduced it, which is the pinnacle cycles, right? The pinnacle numbers. And I've been getting into that lately. And so I just wanted to touch on that, like what do those do? Because yes, you have this profile, 5 profile numbers, right? From what I understand is that the pinnacles are helping bring like an energy that's maybe it could be missing, or even if it's not missing, it's like a supportive energy that kind of helps you in your evolution.
Yes.
Is that the case? And could you just talk to us about like what those pinnacle cycles are?
So I'll begin with the periods.
Right.
The periods are the longest cycles.
Yes.
There's the first, the second, and the last period, represented by the year. The last period is the year. It talks about what will be the background tone of your life at that particular year, depending on your life path. Now, let's take an example of
Oprah.
President.
Do we know his birthday?
Yes. I know for a fact that he was born on 21st, 1966. He gained the presidency, regardless of the way he got it,
Yeah.
it was hard to fight him, to campaign against him, because he has this enormous energy
Right.
backing him up from the tone of his year, 22. He's been backed by like a universal, enormous kind of power you cannot imagine. And then right after he got into presidency, what has he begun talking about? He's always building this, talking about affordable this, talking about the state house has always been in construction, and all the state lodges. And building. He's always talking about building. Because 22 is a master builder.
Yes.
So that marks the period, the tone, the background tone focus. Again, the pinnacle is last pinnacle. Now the last pinnacle is the birth month plus the year of birth. So the birth month is 3, that is December, and 22. So that gives us
25.
25. 2 plus 5 is 7.
7.
How did he get into presidency? Through the church. 7 is spirituality. So he was so much into the and even today, this is still donating to the churches. He's always carrying his Bible around. He's always saying, if I was not a president, I could be a preacher. Or when I retire, I will be a preacher. Because that is the pinnacle. His last pinnacle is 7.
Okay.
So you can directly see how, whether he knows it or not, the background tone of his life is guided by those very numbers.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So so what you're saying is that the last period is the most significant?
No, all the periods are significant. They are teaching you something.
Yeah, because
they are part of you chose them as your karma. How you're gonna experience this life. That's why sometimes you find people born in August. You will find them most, not all of them. You will find them between 0 to 30 having experienced money or having experienced opulence between 0 to 30. I got a certain client from Tanzania and was telling me he was very rich between 0 to 30. Na hajui ni kurogwa ama ni nini, because money has become a problem to him. But when I looked at his cycles, I realized that because he was telling me he was even changing, he was the one changing dollars for others, for people. Now, akatoka kwa 8, akaingia kwa 3. He's an actor. So the universe took him from money, ikamuingiza kwa 3 is expression and art. So his life, his soul chose those numbers for him to experience. And so, kama Oprah.
Yes, I was thinking of example of Oprah, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, because Oprah, the first and second pinnacles are both 3.
Yeah.
They're both 3. I calculated it. So it goes for Oprah. It goes 3, 3, 6, and then 2.
Yeah.
2 is the last one. She's in the 2 now.
Yeah.
But if you look at her, she's always been that's how she's known.
Yes.
Like she was a journalist. She was working in news and media and whatever. So because she has the 2 3s from her childhood up to when she was in the 30s or whatever, she had the 2 3s, and I was thinking of that, and I was like, oh my God, this it makes so much sense, because it helped her, and that's why we know her as this person, like in the popular person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And our life path is
4.
4. And 4, when 4 focuses on media, they can really make it big, because 4 rules the media.
4 rules the media?
Yes. Even like, for example, if you have an achievement number is the birthday plus the birth month.
That's the attitude, is what some people call the attitude.
It's also called the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
If it is 4 and you focus on the media, whether social media or you focus on television, you can really make it big.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you see it's also her life path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So what I wanted to ask you is like when I started getting into the pinnacle, I just was like, oh my God, this is so helpful to understand. And maybe like, so what I want to understand, like, how can people use them? So for example, I'll give an example, and maybe I'm using my own example like so much, but when I look at my life, my first pinnacle, like the first, which like is the longest, from like 0 to 20 something, was like a 2.
Yes.
Right? So I needed to develop like that, that.
The first pinnacle is quite hard to act on.
Because you're young and you're developing.
Sometimes you find, like, for example, I've just given an 8 pinnacle. You find someone regretting later.
I don't regret, but I understand what you're saying. So my first pinnacle put me, like when you do the, how do I call it? When you overdo something. Like, so for example, if you're 2 and you're like over emotional or you're oversensitive, that can happen because you're not quite yet mature into embodying the light side of the number.
And
right?
2 as the first pinnacle, or even period, sometimes makes for an emotional child, as well as either an absent father or a father who walks away from home, or you find your most influence comes from the mother, or even a stepmother. Your most influence, and that's now how I guide parents, because sometimes you find this is now happening if a child was born on February or the pinnacle is 2. You may find those where they have an overbearing mother, who, like a mother who can tell you, no, I want you to study this. You must study this, guiding you by force. And this is where now mothers have to know, and they give space to their children to grow.
Right.
Because now that emotion, and you see 2 is the moon, and 2 relates, 2 is the mother. So they may be closer to the mother, or the mother may be exacting much of the influence.
It may be closer, but it also could be the other side,
could
where
also,
the absence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you have like whatever energy, like the pinnacle speaks to like whatever energy, like larger, on a larger scale, like you're operating in this energy, correct?
Pick the analogy of a canvas, a painting on a canvas. Now, you want to paint a portrait. The canvas is like the period. The matte, the color you apply holistically now. And then now the periods become like the contours of the whole portrait. And then now the core becomes now the eyes. The core now paints to what really this person is.
Yeah.
The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears. So you cannot have the portrait without the background.
Right.
So if the portrait, you've said the portrait is the background of the portrait is this color and this. That now gives us the whole portrait with a background. Now this is the analogy of your core numbers with the periods. The periods act as like, say for example, you are on a 3 period.
Yes, which I am. Pinnacle.
You are on a 3 pinnacle. So it says that your focus is on expression.
Absolutely.
So whether artistic,
Yeah.
media, creating something with your hands, sculptures, anything to express yourself.
Yes.
That's the background tone.
Yes.
Now, the other cycles like the transits and
The personal years.
Are vibrating in accordance with the background tone.
Yeah.
And now when you have a 3 pinnacle, your three personal year will be very powerful.
That's me right now. This is my personal year 3, my pinnacle 3.
Yes.
Like this year is my personal year.
So you must make
Hence why I'm doing this.
Yes. So
of course I didn't start this year, but like this aligns with what's happening.
And it will give you the 3 will give you you will get a creative opportunity this year.
Yeah.
And creative opportunity can mean sponsorship.
Right.
Or applying for a grant to do something.
Speak it into existence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 3 comes with creative, but also it also depends on the transits.
Yes.
The transits could be counter the 3. So you must know what the transits are and what the essence is.
When you say transit, is that the challenge number?
No, the transits are coming from your name. Calculating your name from your year of birth.
Okay.
So you get the 3 letters parallel to each other, and the total of the 3 letters is what is called the essence. Now, the essence begins from your birthday to your next birthday. The year begins from January to January.
Yeah. Okay. Very quickly. So because we've talked about like the pinnacle years and like how those can kind of the canvas, like what's happening in the background. So quickly, can you talk to us through like what the numbers represent, for example, so that somebody can put into context? So if they're like in their personal year 1 or they're in their pinnacle year 4, for example, they can understand like 1 is about individuality and independence and whatever. 2 is about all of these things. So they can understand like what do these numbers actually mean, because I don't think we covered that.
Yes, and all these numbers represent one thing.
Right.
Everywhere they are located.
Yes.
Only tweaking a bit here and there. So, for example, people who are experiencing, you are in your year 3.
I'm in my year 3.
Year 1, when a person is on a personal year 1, it demands that they be proactive, they be independent, they go out there to conquer, and they must plant a seed.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to year 2, two gives a sense of relation, cooperation with others,
diplomacy,
and patience. You planted a seed last year, and it can't grow overnight. So you must be patient.
Right.
If you insist on pushing through, you actually become sick. So 2 becomes a year of patience, cooperation, networking with others, and waiting for your plant to sprout. Number 3, year 3 is now when you can see the plants are sprouting. You are
because
happy.
It's ruled by Jupiter.
Yes. You are happy now. You want to express yourself. It's a year of expression, creative expression. And it's also one of the year of expansion, year 3 and year 5, and year 1. Year 1, you can begin something or expand an existing venture. Now, year 3 is now where you want to go meet people. You become the star of the parties. You are invited. You become a star. So it can actually expand also your bank account. Year 4 is where you are called back to order. Now you are no longer the happy. You are reminded that every day is not a song day. It is not music. So you must come back to your senses,
practicality
and pragmatism.
Yes.
And year 5 is now when you want to break free from year 4, because there was too much order, and in that order, you must find time to play so that you may not be depressed.
Yeah.
And as well as find your limits so that you do not work beyond your limits.
Yes.
Year 5 is now where you want to break free. This is the year which brings expansion, brings changes from the old order. You find a new way of doing your things. Year 6 now calls you back to family, where you now experience you are needed by close persons. These are spouses, friends, relatives. You might find yourself taking care of someone elderly or sick. And then year 7 is now where you are now called back now from the family into your inner self.
Yeah.
Yes. So introspection, it's a year of introspection. It's a year of study. It's a year of strategy. This is now where in your introspection you strategize your future.
Yeah.
It's a year of planning ahead. It's
Isn't
not
it also,
a year.
7 is about learning through experience, right?
Yes. This is now a year where bills take care of themselves. We are not saying that you become idle, but just it's a year of
like
faith.
work with energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now year 8 is now where you are now rewarded for the last 7 years. So it's a year where you must move with executive authority. It's a year of action. It's a year where you get to be recognized, or even you get some money, more money than
Promotion,
probably you might have had. Promotion. It's also a year of karma. So if you have been good for the last 7 years, you are rewarded. If you have been nasty, the same. So year 9 is where now you realize everything has to go back to the Creator. So you are giving, you are releasing, you are coming out from your WhatsApp groups. You are left in, you left WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
You
letting go of things you don't need.
Vyama,
Yeah.
you let go because your soul is preparing you for year 1. So now you have to let go in order to travel light into year 1.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
And there's also other years within those 2 years.
Yeah.
Within those 9 years. There's in 2 you can have a year 2 or you can have a year 11.
Mine is always an 11 too.
Yes.
Because of the attitude number.
Yes.
Right?
And 11 is a higher octave of the 2.
Okay.
So this is where now a person experiences psychic
upgrade. Yes.
As well as and through this they are also advised to be very careful because they can destroy because of the much nervous tension coming with the 11. Much awareness. There's so much awareness which brings also nervous awareness and close temper, quick temper.
I actually want to talk to you about that offline, of course, because there's limited time here. But yeah, I want to talk, and maybe I can bring you back so we can talk about this personal cycles in depth, because I would really love to get into this, because I feel like if, like we were saying earlier, if you understood what is happening, what energy, what canvas, if you understood that, I feel like you would work with the energy and the resistance or the doubt would stop so much. Because what I realized for me is before I understood the pinnacle years, I was having so much doubt about this expression part of me. It's like, okay, my soul is calling for expression, and I was even pulling different tarot cards and different oracle cards, and they're telling me expression. That's before I knew about the pinnacle years. And then, but I had already started the podcast, and I already had started like my TikTok where like I, talk about spirituality on my TikTok and Instagram as well. So the energy was already making me do that. But then when I learned the pinnacle and I understood that this is the canvas, it made some of the doubt that I was having quiet down, if that makes sense, right? Because whenever you do something, even if like your soul is calling, you're moving towards the energy, there's always a part of you that's doubting yourself, right? Yes. So understanding this canvas is here, helped me quiet it down. If it's like, okay, like I'm moving towards this direction, and like I was already doing that, the understanding the pinnacle was just a confirmation
Yes.
that I'm in the right direction. I feel like it's so important for us to understand that, because it will quiet the self-doubt.
You see, knowledge is the highest form of currency.
Yeah.
And what more knowledge than knowing yourself?
Yes.
Because when you know yourself, then you can act accordingly. You are aware. And then you get to order your life in accordance with the times.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Without doubt.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. I really love that breakdown. And so for people that want to understand, like, how do they calculate their personal years, right? Because you just summarized about, like, okay, this is, if you're seeing this energy, it's a confirmation of what's already happening. So if you want to calculate your personal year, because I think it's, it's not hard to calculate, because numerology calculation is actually so easy.
Numerology actually is the simplest of all occultic practices.
Yeah.
And okay, being the easiest does not also mean easy by the literal word.
The calculation itself is not hard.
You must also use wisdom to interpret.
Yes.
So the calculation is very simple. The birth month plus the birth year. I mean the birth month plus the birth date.
The birth date, yeah.
But if the birth month or the birth date is 11 or 22, you do not reduce. You leave it as it is. For example, if someone was born on 11th, 3rd, on November 3rd, this means that you add 11 plus, would say the person was born on 11th, 12th.
Yes.
You add 11. Now, this 12, you add 1 plus 2, you get 3.
Yes.
So you reduce the 12. You do not reduce the master
11,
number.
yeah.
So you get 11 plus 3 plus the current year.
Yes.
So if the current year is...
calendar year, not your birth
year.
Yeah.
The current calendar year. So this is, for example, 2025. 2026. So 2026 is 1, right?
It's a personal year. It's a calendar year 1.
It's a universal year 1.
Universal year 1, yeah.
So you get 11 plus 3, that is 14, plus 1, that is 15. So this 15 is 1 plus 5. So this person is going through personal year 6.
Yes, yeah.
And this goes, if for example, we are calculating his year in, say, 2024. 2024 was?
It was a universal year 8.
Universal year 8. So you get 14 plus 8, 22. So this person is going through personal year 4. 22.
22.
Stroke
22, 4, yeah.
4.
Yeah, yeah.
Because why we are writing it as 22 stroke 4 is this person may fail to reach the dimensions required by the personal year 22 and thereby remain on the lower octave of 22 4.
Okay.
So there is the meaning of 22 and there is the meaning of 4.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
There is the attitude you are needed to conquer year 22 and year 4.
Yeah, okay, because those are different.
These are different because now when 22 comes around, whether it's from the essence or the personal year, it means that you must employ altruism. Whether it's on a period, on a pinnacle, or a personal year, you must be altruistic, you must be compassionate, you must give a lot in order for the year to give back.
Yeah.
And so you get to accomplish a lot than normal.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's talk about karmic debt.
Yes.
Like which numbers, okay, like what all of this karmic, and I think you talked about this in your interview that I watched with Miriam, but I also want to dive into that a little bit because I understand that there's 4 karmic debt numbers, right? And I actually have one of them. I have one of the, so I want to go through which numbers are those, and are those numbers either in your birthday or in your name, or they can be in both. So which are those numbers and what is that debt?
Now, karmic numbers are 13, 14, 16, and 19.
Yes.
So a 4 which comes, there's many ways you can come to a 4. There's 4 itself, there's 22, there's 13, and there's 31. But if a 4 shows on you through 13,
Yes.
then it means there's a karmic debt.
Yes.
A karmic debt is a present difficulty coming from misapplication of energies in a previous life. So, for example, when 13 shows around, it means a karmic debt shows in the core.
Yes, mine comes in the when I calculate the soul arch.
Either from the birthday, from the birthday, from the life path, the soul urge, or the personality.
Yeah. So
That
when I
is-
calculate my soul urge, comes to 13.4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a soul and it reduces in intensity. When it is on the life path, is much more intense.
Really.
When it is on the expression, it is still intense, but it reduces in accordance with where it appears. But it's still there.
It's still like you still have that
So
karmic
when
debt.
13 shows, you find first of all, it says that in a previous life, you used to leave your duties
Okay.
for others
Okay.
to do. And so in this lifetime, you find yourself cornered by a lot. You find yourself having more to do than others. Even in an office, you will find yourself being given more work than any other person.
Yeah.
Because now you are paying for what you did
For
not
you.
do.
Yeah. Okay.
So in order to accomplish with the 13, you must be the hardest worker there. Then before going to what the attitude to approach the 13 is, you find yourself in situations where there's more work than necessary, than you would love. You might find yourself, and especially if it's in the birthday or the life path, you might find yourself paying school fees for your brother's children, paying rent for someone. You are doing a lot. And thereby you find like you are boxed in. Remember, 13 is 4. So 4 is a box, a foundation. So you find yourself feeling like you are in a box. You find yourself rigid. Actually, your problems come more from being rigid and being obstinate, being dogmatic, that these are the way things are supposed to be done. These are the way things have been done from generations, so you don't want to change. And when you approach life like that, it boxes you more inside the box. So you must become flexible, and you must be the hardest worker, and you must not complain. Because at 13, might find themselves complaining a lot. That I'm the one doing this, I'm always, and then you must not look for shortcuts. And you must be the hardest worker, whichever place you find yourself in. When you do that, when you change your attitude into that, then things align. Now, the other is 14.
14.5.
14 is where one abused freedom in a past life. So they enjoyed freedom at other people's expense. So in this lifetime, they may find themselves like a rolling stone that gathers no moss. You are everywhere but nowhere. You are biting more than you can chew. You do not learn from experience. You get into a relationship. This is an analogy of a relationship. Get into a relationship. Your fiancé character develops you. Maybe you have a baby. And mnachana. Then, down the line, you get another fiancé who is like the first one. And because you do not learn from experience, he does the same thing the last one did to you.
Right.
You are always like in a loop. So you must learn to learn from experiences. You must be watchful of experiences. You must also be very careful, like you do not touch things. Like you get into a business, you are into farming. Whenever farming character develops you brush it off. You get into cryptocurrency. There's a problem there. You leave it. So you must do a thing to its completion, and you must be aware when the completion has happened, so that you move. You must not stay with things beyond necessary. So, and you must also not, people with 14 may find themselves in a loop of addictions or gratifying the senses. This is food, drinks, drugs, and alcohol.
Sex.
And sex. And none is better than the other.
Right.
Even sex can be quite problematic.
Yeah.
Even food can bring diabetes. Like I get clients who are so much into candies. They don't drink, they are not into sex, they are not into any other. But they are, and first of all, they tend to disregard that. They say, no, that one I'm not into addictions. And later they tell me, by the way, I notice I'm very much into cookies, candies, and
sweets, addicted to sweets,
And it's even, and when we look at their health, it's been affected by the same. So 16 is where now one is, you remember all these numbers, you are checking the one. The one was misused, and the 6 was misused. 6 is love, balance, and responsibility. So in a past life, you misused love. You were involved in illicit affairs, which caused suffering to people.
To a loved one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so in this lifetime, you find yourself unable to maintain relationships, long-term relationships. So you find yourself, people just disappear from your life for no particular reason. Business just crumble for no particular reason. So you must learn the law of detachment. You must learn the impermanence of life. You must learn that, you must learn selflessness. Okay? Now you go to 19. 19 is where now 1 is the independence, freedom, independence, and 9 is about completion, compassion, humanitarianship. So you misuse that. The 19 shows power. So you misused power. So in this lifetime, you find yourself unable to be independent.
So you have authority issues.
You have authority issues. You have, and you are always excusing yourself from leadership, always complaining because you think that your goal has not been accomplished because someone else did something, and you are dependent on others. Remember, in a past life, people were dependent on you and you misused that power. So in this lifetime, you find yourself the dependent one. So unless you can cut loose the dependence, but have wisdom of cutting loose the dependence, that is knowing when you are in need, so that you can ask for assistance when you are in need, and not ask for assistance when it is not necessary.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this conversation, but numerology is so complex and there's so much. And I actually want to have you back so we can talk about the actual work, like name correction, for example, is what I want to get into. But I want it to just be just about that, if that makes sense, right? Because I don't want it, because this was just like an introduction of like what numerology can do for you. So maybe next time we can just focus on name correction, right? The energy of names, which like you alluded to. But yeah, thank you so much, Syokxx, for coming in. I've really, really enjoyed this conversation. So if you're listening to this conversation and you're curious about your numbers, you're curious about the 5 numbers in your core profile, you're curious about like how can numerology help you heal and help your soul evolve, He's a professional numerologist. I'm definitely learning numerology. So definitely reach out to Syokxx. Maybe have a reading with Syokxx so that he can really help you in your evolution. Thank you so much, Syokxx, and thank you so much for listening to this. If you're listening on Apple and Spotify, rate our podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. And we will see you next time on the Art of Being podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. This was so lovely, and you have to come back so we can talk about name correction.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. We hope today's conversation resonated with you, brought you a sense of clarity, and maybe even challenged you to reflect further on your healing and spiritual journey.
If it touched something in you, would be so grateful if you left us a 5-star rating on Apple or Spotify. And if you're on YouTube, share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your reflections or suggestions for future topics.
You can find our socials and email in the episode description. We always love hearing from you. Until next time, take gentle care of your soul, mind, and body.